Hello everyone, welcome to the Rage Traders Nrl Supercoach YouTube video. Boy, oh boy, carnage everywhere, an absolutely tough week for a lot of people, and bad news, especially in relation to Origin for a lot of us. Not only does Lomax get picked, but Kiraz then gets injured as well. So things are looking grim, but this is why we save our boosts. If you don't have any boosts left, I wish you the best of luck. Use those 3 trades wisely. I think coming into the end of this fantasy game, it's going to be very, very tough for the people because there might be minimal trades left and we're going to be sort of scratching our heads. Do you boost here? We're going to get into everything from the wrap up, so how everything looked and went this week, to Origin players and the team lists, to who we are looking at targeting over this Origin period now that we do have the Origin players named. And obviously the injuries across the board as well. Everyone from like your Lucas to White, who to hold also during this Origin period, which I think is maybe situational, dependent on how your team looks, how much money you have in the bank, and where you're sitting rank-wise. But let's get straight into it. Let's go straight into the wrap-up. I'll try and make this a bit of a quicker wrap-up, nothing too like more lengthy than as lengthy as what I do before, and we'll get straight into it. So first of all, myself, maybe we'll talk about this. I scored 1,211. I'm very surprised, man. 33,000 down in the ranks of what it ranked for the week, but I still go up 142 ranks, going to 6,514 with that score. So what that likely tells me is some of the mainstream players we've had, like the Drinkwaters, I don't know who else had subpar, maybe like the Garricks, they didn't pop off, and some maybe pods did, and then this is why you're seeing a climb for a lot of people. But again, still happy with my score. I've been building for this period. We have copped a bit of a hit here. I will just undo my changes and go through my team as always, and show you. So I did have Terrell May captained, which saved me pretty well in this week that has just passed. Egan injury was very unfortunate to me. I also vice-captained Iongi thinking Parramatta would actually dominate. They did dominate. He just got none of the ball, which was very, very weird and unfortunate. He still makes cash. Right now, he's sitting at 53 break-even. I'm going to have him for one more week because, oh man, I think I might have to look at going Gutho again. Gutho and Teddy. We'll see what we do there. Happy with everything else, to be honest. Haas, Terrell May, nice. Tino. Horsburgh not getting picked for Origin, and now I have him in my team. Feels beautiful, and this is exactly what I was saying to many people last week and the week before. I don't think getting rid of Horsburgh was the play straight away. I think a lot of us were under the impression that he's a certainty for Origin, and look, I was thinking he would too. It just wasn't like a must-have trade or must-do trade. And he doesn't get picked. So that works out very well for me because I'm going to have Aaron Clark and Horsburgh as my front row forwards, or I'm going to trade out Egan, bring Horsburgh down and get Tapane or AFB, but we'll get into that a bit later. Let's go to game day NRL matches. We start off with the Eels and Knights. So what we can cover here while going through this is also the Origin players. Moses out. Lomax absolutely huge. He should be a target for after Origin, but you can't go to him now. 121 massive. Dylan Brown, a great score of 81. Seems like he just plays much better with Moses. And the team is obviously just better as a team with Moses. So I'm still a bit hesitant to go straight to him with the 58 break even. However, they do come up against Manly without Jake Trbojevic, DCE, possibly Olakau'atu, depending if everyone's fit on Origin. So it is kind of like a wait and watch for that. But I still think Brown is an okay pick. Gagai with 68, Ponga with 66. This Knights team, man, we bought them for this little run and it's backfiring. It really is backfiring. Now, I apologize if I yawn a tiny bit here. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I just played 18 holes of golf and I'm a bit tired, but I can't complain about that, right? That's kind of living the dream. Dylan Lucas, if he is injured, do we hold him? It's a very, very valid question. Sorry if you can hear those dogs barking. It's the next door neighbor's dogs. I might close the door. But let's just look into the draw now for the Knights, because we hoped they were going to do better in this period. It hasn't happened. Now, they are versing Penrith away. This is good because they're versing Penrith without Nathan Cleary, Brian To'o, Isaiah Yeo, Dylan Edwards. Absolutely huge. So I do think it's a hold. Then they come into St. George and then into Manly and then into Roosters on the other bye. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Is it getting to a point where we come out and we, look at the Fletcher Sharp who just got 35 and go, geez, 107 break even? Do we cut ties right now? But who do you go to? Is it straight to a Tedesco, or do you just wait and watch? I'm on the fence of saying wait and watching, just because I'd still like their draw. The Origin hits of teams they're versing is going to only go in their favor. It really just is, do you believe in their attack at all? And if you said no, I'd completely understand why. It has been absolutely abysmal. Schiller, very nice. Pierce Paul still plugging away, getting his 50 to 60s. I think we talk about Katoga a bit here. Very nice to see 67. Could be a little 2RF play, but wouldn't read in it too much. Jack Williams is really, really good in this game. I think he had a line break as well. So that was nice to see. Still don't think he's someone you can specifically go to. And honestly, nothing much more else here. Hopgood 37 is just like this guy. We expected so much more from him. But yeah, I'm still saying you're not really going to anyone on the Eels. I currently still have Iongi 39, but they do come against Manly this week. So that is at Combank Stadium as well. So I will hold for Iongi and see how that goes, I think. Just because people like Gutherson are on the bye, I don't think there's too many other places we can go to as well. So I think I'm just going to sit tight for one game, then go from there. I'm going to move it to the next game. We'll try and do this one a bit quicker for you guys, but also give you the relative information needed. Mark Nawa. Let's just say that. I think I'm part of the 99% of the population that cannot pronounce that last name. He is an absolute gun. Now, the one thing is they are coming up against the Sharks, which are a very, very full-strength team. Please pay attention to that, because in my opinion, the Sharks are the best team in the comp at the moment with the Bulldogs, and their defense is definitely much better than a lot of other teams. Whether that impacts Mark, we will find out, but a 26 break even at 656,000, very, very much so a go-to player you can touch right now. Not only is he just an exceptional player, he's doing things for himself. He's creating for himself, and he has the talent, and he can create something out of nothing, and that is exactly what you need in your winger role. Now, if we look here for the Sydney Roosters coming into round 12, they have the Sharks, then Canberra, then a bye. So these are two pretty tough games. Remember, Horsburgh didn't get picked for Origin, so this Canberra side are going to be tough as well. Is it something where we wait for this round 15 period where he comes up against Newcastle, who won't have Kalen Ponga, and then comes up against North Queensland, which you would think would be just a scoring fest? So I think for me personally, I want to get Tedesco maybe next week, depending on his break even. I haven't looked at it, but that means I can go from Iongi to other places. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I wanted to trade Iongi before the Bulldogs game and before the round 15 bye, which sounds nice to me. But yeah, also Kickow 70, really, really good. A very big pick, I think, at the moment. And I think a lot of people will go to Kickow to be one of the big 2RF replacements for Dylan Egan. Even just someone that you have to move like a Furmore, who's playing Origin if you are going to move him. I think definitely is a valid play. If we do look at the Bulldogs as well, in round 12, they have the Dolphins. Are we round 12? Did I just read that wrong? This is right. Yeah. Sorry. They have Dolphins into bye. So the problem is here is most probably the bye. Still, maybe you get in early. Then they have Parramatta and Souths away. Then a bye. Then Penrith away. So it's not the best of draws for Bulldogs. I don't know how much you think he is the player to go to right now. 23 break even is obviously what's going to entice you here, especially maybe just getting him in now and just going, look, I know he's got to buy next week. That's fine. Against the Dolphins, hopefully he carves up that edge. And then you would think also with Crichton being out and Carraz being out, more ball is going to go to the left side, which promotes Kickow even more. What I'm also thinking that is this is going to be quite a tough game for them with who they have out. And I just think this promotes left ball use so much more, especially with Burton still being in the squad. So, yeah, it is a great play. I think Kickow is a very nice play. You just expect him to be that type of guy to get you a 30 to 40, then get you like a 70, 80, 90. So you just have to be prepared for that. But, yeah, he is a menace and a great pick right now. Anything else to talk about here? Not really. Tracy, glad I didn't go there. Had him in my trades, took it out. 27, still sits at a 96 break even. That kind of hurts you. Carraz out 4 weeks from what we know. This is going to be a trade out. We can look and talk about who we think we should go to now from Carraz. For me, I think it's going to be Garrick. But I would still be looking around there. Harry Hayes, monitor him now. Yeah, he is a workhorse. I don't know if we go to him yet. Tedesco, great 70, especially against the Bulldogs. That is absolutely massive. Has 100 coming into Sharks. Sharks are known to have quite good defense against fullbacks, so I wouldn't say he's a must-have right now. But if you do have the Fletcher Sharp and you're scared of it, or if you do have, the Pappenhausen and you're scared of it, I don't think you go across. Maybe we just hold, but completely up to you. Sandon Smith, if you still have him like myself, a very nice 65, has 105 break even, but he's in my hooker role, and I have Cleary and Hines. We'll talk about if Cleary is a hold or not. But yeah, very happy with Sandon Smith. He'll stay there. He'll be one of my spots this week. White gets injured. I don't know what the extent of this injury is. If anyone knows in the comments, let me know. But I was holding onto his knee. I think it was an MCL. So yeah, that's a very interesting watch there. They could just get absolutely beaten down in their forward pack. So we'll have to see that. Toya gets named for Origin, which is huge. Billy Smith, 41. I think you're happy with the 41. For me, I still have Billy Smith. I just said to myself, I'm just going to hold him. And now that Toya's gone, maybe that promotes a bit more usage to the left. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But it is a wait and see nonetheless. Also, Maxi King goes to Origin, which is huge. So we'll see what happens here with Bulldogs. They might not have the oomph at the front that they did without Maxi King, but maybe Harry Hayes will get some more minutes or someone else on top of that. Maybe look out for Zach Docker-Clay's minutes now with Connor Watson going. Has an 8 break even. Look at the lineup when they come out tomorrow on Tuesday. This could play a massive, massive role. I think in this Origin period is Zach Docker-Clay. So just look out for that. Also, Watson gets a 68, but someone that we're letting go of. And yeah, that is it for this game. Also, Crichton, groin injury. I don't think he's going to be playing Origin. Keep tabs on that, but it is what it is. Dolphins, Warriors. Wow, this was one of the worst officiated games I've ever seen in my life. I traded in for Herbie Farnworth. I'm very happy I did. I feel like I would have been very upset knowing that he got the 93 and I didn't have him. But the Dolphins were getting so hard done by this game. Credit to the Warriors, though. They just have this 80-minute side about them now. And we know from previous seasons that they kind of went 50, 40, 60 minutes and lagged off. And now look at them. Halasima now with a 45 break even, huge. Aaron Clark, he's just been one of the best recorrective trades I've made because I got rid of him when majority of the crew did. Then I got him 3 rounds ago, and he's just been a great play for me. So I'm very, very happy with him. Metcalf gets you a 49. You're happy with that. And yeah, I wouldn't really talk about anyone else. Barnett goes Origin. Egan, great if you've got him in hooker. It's good enough. He'll get you the numbers. You'll plug him in. He might lose a bit of money, but is what it is. Roger Tuivasa Sheck always came back this game, but didn't really do much. 96 break even coming into Canberra. Wouldn't go on to him now, but definitely is a wait and watch. Or a watch and wait. Hammer, huge this game. Katoa being great as always. 600,000 with a 75 break even. Gilbert goes out with an injury this game, which is really, really rough. Poor fella. I don't know, again, what the extent is of that injury. Looked like some type of pec strain or something like that. So we'll have to wait and see. And yeah, that is it for the Dolphins and Warriors. Cowboys versus Eagles. Cowboys, yeah, my team that I follow. And I really do believe that we need to get rid of our coach. And I don't think Purdue should have gone into I know it's his role, but he was doing fine at center. I feel like we had momentum. But yeah, he gets a 27. I did say last week, I think he should be someone we veer off. He's lost you a bit of money now. I think you veer off him, in my opinion, but it is what it is. Laybutt with a 39, with a 48 break even. Nothing crazy there. Derby being good. Valea being good. Murray Talagai, I always get his last name wrong. Talagi. Injury, so he won't be playing Origin and gets a 52 here. Nothing crazy. Really bad scores. The worst one, if I said to you before the game started that I think Drinky will be the lowest scoring player in the game and equal last on the Cowboys, you'd laugh at me. And he was basically followed close by Jake Trbojevic, who had a HIA, which is just absurd to know that Jake got more points than Scott Drinkwater, and one of them was a HIA Cat 1. Tommy Turbo didn't look great from what I hear. I couldn't watch all of the game. Ola, great. I think it's someone who we target, providing that he actually does not play Origin. He's in the reserves. So yeah, very, very interesting. Ben Trbojevic, absolutely huge here. 105. Don't know how much we can really read into that. But still a great score nonetheless, but sort of a great score nonetheless, but sort of averages that 45 mark. So I wouldn't read too much into that. Garrick, 52. It's okay. I'm glad I didn't go him either, and I didn't boost for him. 110 break even, but I think this week with them not having to verse Moses and Lomax, it could be something where he gets around 80. So you still could pull the plug on him right now and just get him in your team. His run is really, really nice. So not only do they have Parramatta away, they then have the Broncos, who some players may not come back from resting, but then they have Newcastle away, Gold Coast away, bye, West Tigers South. So it is a nice draw, but a couple of buys in there. Nothing else here that I would really, really bring up, to be honest with you. DCE 46, nothing crazy. And yeah, let's go to the next one. Did Turbo get injured, by the way, meaning Tom Trbojevic? He didn't, right? If he didn't, that's a really bad score. Sharks, Storm. Sharks are the top 2 team at the moment with, let's say top 3, Sharks, Storm, and Bulldogs, in my opinion. pretty big blanket over them, but they get the win here, which is absolutely massive for their momentum and confidence. AFB 103, I'm pretty sure this is with a try, so he looks like he's picked up his pace a bit over the last 2 to 3 games. He's doing a lot of work. Definitely a trade target in the FRF. I think it's a battle between Tapane and AFB, which we'll talk about soon. Mulatalo 84 could be someone you go to if you did want to take a bit of a risk. Atkinson 71, nice. Iro, very, very good. He's just a workhorse, really nice player. Someone who can consistently score over 60 and you feel confident in him. He's got kind of like that Herbie Farnworth to him. So yeah, really, really strong play here. Nothing much else. Where is he? Nicara get 30. Okay, so a lot of people went to Nicara in a game when they score 30 points. That's a bit rough. I still think you hold him. Just take the good with the bad. But yeah, that's a bit annoying. Coates 117. If you have Coates in your team and you've held him this whole time, congratulations, you are the best at Supercoach. He absolutely killed it this game. Munster with 101, which is huge. Anderson 87. Loyero 68. Katoa 61. Katoa seems to just be plugging away at these 50 to 70 scores. Where is Hughes? 41. So again, this is why we don't have to go to Hughes. Also, just remember they have Sharks, then they have the bye, which is coming now. Gold Coast, North Queensland into another bye. So just be wary of that because I don't think the draw is really, really good for him. Harry Grant, 38. You can't go there anyway. Pappenhausen, 35. A lot of low scores in this one. Far Logo. If you've gone to Far Logo when he was like negative break even, this is kind of backfired for you. So that's unfortunate. And Billy Burns with a 32. Nothing crazy there. Hines, 63. Seems to be the go-to halfback right now. So keep your eyes watching on that. And McGuinness, I don't know if I spoke about him, but he's just your hooker that's getting you the Minotos and getting you the easy 50 to 60 scores. Broncos versus Dragons. Clint Gutherson with 117 is wildly absurd. I do not know what is going on with Broncos. This is a game that they should win with the roster on paper, but it seems like things are just not clicking. Shibasaki with a 96 is absolutely huge. If you still have him, congratulations. That is an Omega hold. And that just shows you the power of holding in Supercoach. It can really work out in your favor. Arthur's 71 as well, which is great. Valentine Holmes, 86. Awesome. Cook, Stewart with a 74. Absolutely massive as well. This guy is just slowly chugging away. If the time to get him is any time, it is next week as they have the bye this week. Little with a 60. King Togia 22. That's going to start eating at you. The biggest news from this one is most probably Dylan Egan, ACL, likely or definitely out for the season. That really hurts. You're likely going to a Kikau off that or an Olakawatu if you don't have one of them. That would be my suggestion. Or Hosking if you haven't gone there already. But look at that yourself. Nothing else much here to talk about. Willison with the 41. So he's got a 67 break even. He will get more minutes now because of Origin. So just be ready for that. But Broncos not playing great. Gutherson is the big talking point here in my opinion. Now has a break even of 17 at 628,000. St. George go bye into Newcastle, Dolphins, Sharks away. Bye, Para, Canberra, Sydney. I actually think there is a what's the word I'm looking for? It is a plausible option to go back into Gutherson. I'm kind of sad that I sold him now. He had some really, really horrid games, but now they're clicking a bit. So whether we overread into this, let me know what you think, whether you think Gutho is an option. I know Teddy is obviously the go-to option, but what about Gutho as well? Raiders, Titans, Savage, huge, 124. Weeks, 106. Absolutely monstered them this game. Hudson Young. Mostly my biggest regret in not getting a player is 2 Canberra players. Hudson Young and Starling. 2 players who I had traded in, then decided not to do. Really, really hurts. Tapane, 77, huge. Someone who we need to talk about. If you are trading out Haas, who do you go to? I am personally holding on to Haas and May, and I'll show you that in my team soon after we go through the wrap-up. Morgan Smithies, 75, is absolutely huge. He's going to get some more time as well. Well, actually, now that Horsburgh didn't get picked, maybe that is incorrect. So don't hold me to that. Maybe let me know in the comments if I'm wrong on that. But now, I think we were under the impression that Horsburgh was getting picked. So if you can let me know in the comments, that would be great. I'm not actually sure on that. Mo Fotuwaika, 90, huge. Fafita, huge. Tino's been absolutely huge over the last 3 weeks. Campbell, 59, you live with that. Verrill's great with the 73. Furmore, he's kind of dropping off a bit. 116 break even. I would personally jump off it. But yeah, completely up to you. Nothing else here. Fogarty, 73, another great halfback choice that we've been talking about. I just didn't pull the plug on it. And yeah, he's just saying, hey guys, there's a reason I'm going to Manly. Pardon me. It's getting that time of the day for me. Okay, let's go to the last game, the Tigers versus Rabbitohs. I really thought Tigers were going to win this one. Coruscant was carrying so hard. Terrell May, 123, my captain for the week. Big talking point is Kolomatangi. I do apologize. The only reason I haven't been saying Colo isn't a target this week is because he isn't playing, so he is on the bye. But I'm actually not mad at literally, even if you want to get him in now and just sitting there. I know that's not like an advisable thing to do, but maybe plan on how you can get him in, because I think he is someone that's going to be absolutely huge, and I think the time to get him is now or next week, preferably next week, just in case anything happens at training or whatever. But doesn't get picked for Origin, which is absolutely huge for SC. Galvin, 45. I had him. I don't even know how he got to 45. He could have scored at the end and he bottled the try. I don't know why he didn't burrow down into the ground for that try. It would have been a much better outcome for me. But I think I still hold him. Safar, 53, where you expect him. Nothing else much here for the Tigers, to be honest with you. And for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, Campbell Graham might be coming in to take over Crichton's spot, so just be wary of that. Latrell Mitchell was absolutely huge this game, but points-wise only gets a 41. And Aitken with an 87 is huge as well, but I think there's better 2RF options instead of him. All right, that is your wrap up for your Supercoach points for the week for round 11. Let's talk about some things before we head off. First and foremost, the State of Origin lineups. Wow. Okay, so I think we expected it. We didn't know which way they were going to go, but the expectation was Dylan Edwards. We get that for the New South Wales Blues, and we'll start with the Blues lines. Brian To'o on the wing, Stephen Crichton with groin issues, so if he does not play, it will be Campbell Graham taking his spot, which he's on the reserves. Latrell Mitchell, centre, Zach Lomax on the other wing. On the other wing. Moses gets the spot, which I think was the correct decision, and Cleary, Barnett, Robson at 9. I like Appy. I don't know. I've always found this pick very weird, but I think that there's a lot of this is what it was last season. This is what we're going to stick with. Then we've got Payne Haas, Liam Martin, Angus Crichton, Isaiah Yeo. The captain bench is Connor Watson, Spencer Leniu, Hudson Young, Max King, which is huge. And then the reserves are Campbell Graham, Stefano Udakamanu, and Ahomale Olakawatu. Very surprising. I thought Burton was possibly going to get picked because of his utility. Doesn't happen. So if you are a Bulldogs fan, you're happy about that. Unfortunate on losing King, but you've still got Burton to boost you in the regular season games. Wait. Why does he say 2024? Why does it say 2025? Let's say it's 2024. Am I tripping? Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm blind. Don't do it. I told you, I'm tired, guys. It was just weird the way they did that. No, this is definitely right. Okay. I just tripped out. I had a complete mind blank. I apologize. Kalen Ponga at the 1 for the Queensland Maroons. Coates at the 2. Toya at the 3, which is absolutely huge. And do you hold him in Supercoach? I think you do. He has a negative break even. I don't want to get rid of that. I think you leave him plugged there, and it is what it is. Hammer at the 4. Valentine Holmes at the 5. Munster, Evans are your halves. Moeki Fotoweka at 8, which is interesting, but we shall see how that goes. Grant, Tino, Ruben Cotter, Nanai, Carrigan, all expected that. With Dearden, Collins, Beau Fermor, and Trent Loiero on the bench. The reserves, Jesse Arthurs, Kurtman, and Finna Fuiaki. Very, very cool. I don't think there's too much anything crazy going on there, to be honest with you. I think where I'm very, very interested to see the winger center battles in this game, because that's what I think will decide it. I just think if no Crichton is playing, this would be our game to win. But the New South Wales squad team is very, very strong. Very, very strong. Now, with no Corey Horsburgh, I would just sit him there. You're very happy about that, him not getting picked. There are a lot of injuries that we also should speak about. Let's see here. So Stephen Crichton we spoke about. We just want to look at the Knights here. Have they released anything? So Bradman Best is someone who we should speak about also. He was in my team. I got him last week. I got him for 1 game, 2 weeks ago. He has a 44 break even. If you still have him and he's playing this week, just hold him. I was kind of thinking that maybe I should have held him this week, but I went Herbie to him, so I'm pretty happy with that. If Lucas is injured, I think you could trade him and get him back, to be honest with you. I think there's a lot of CT dub value, but with so much carnage happening, maybe it's something you just leave him on the bench. But I'm more than happy for people to go to a Garrick right now. I think that is a great play to go to Garrick. The problem is there isn't a huge amount of things we can do CTW wise. I think Lehigh Hopper Whitey could be a nice little grab, but nothing too crazy. And it's a bit dry. But yeah, if I had to recommend 2 CTWs at the moment, it's Garrick and Mark Nah Widawaze. I'm just going to say, that's how I'm going to say his name. I don't care what you say to me. So yeah, they would be my 2 biggest plays. So yeah, nothing much there else to talk about in terms of like the injuries besides that. Knights have been absolutely horrid. Tom Gilbert also cops the injury, which is huge. Jake Travojevic, I think, has 11 days off from the Cat 1. Karaz and Murray Talagai with Pat Carrigan not having a broken jaw, I think. So that's really good. Who are we targeting in this period? I think we need to definitely talk about Aden Fanua-Blake versus Tapane. I would most probably put it this way for you. If you want someone that has a chance of getting you 100 to 120, go Aden Fanua-Blake. If you want someone that's just going to sit there and you know you're going to get a 60 to 80 from them, go to Pane. Because at the moment, Aden Fanua-Blake, yes, he's scored a bit. He does score well against the Roosters. That's what it says here. But the break even is low. However, just remember that Sharks themselves don't have as strong as a draw as the Canberra Raiders. So if we go to round 12, they have Sydney coming into a bye into New Zealand St. George Broncos. Whereas we go to Canberra, They have New Zealand, Sydney, South, then the bye in round 15. So you do get a bit of leeway there. If you go both, go both. More than happy with that. Can understand that. And Bob's your uncle. You'll be laughing all the way to the bank. I actually did put some notes down. We'll just see here. Someone also asked me, if you already have Hosking, who else to buy in 2RF? We've gone through that. So we've lost Nicholson, Egan, White, Lucas in the last couple of weeks. How would you rank your best CTW buys, as most are probably looking for someone without Carraz and Lucas going down? So we did also touch on that as well. We think it's Marky Mark. We think it's Garrick if you don't have Garrick. We'll just have a quick scan through. Who can we look at? Ronald, definitely Mulatalo, I think, is a sneaky one now we can give favor to. I don't like Tracy for that exact same reason, but you could go to Connor Tracy if you're still looking at him. I think Jerry is a really nice one, especially paired with Kickow. These guys do play really, really well together, and Bulldogs are just a great team. You know, you're looking at someone that goes 69, 50, a poor game of 28 here, into a 59 and 61. So there is consistency of the 50s and 60s there. Pardon me. Dane Gagai, I wouldn't really touch anyone on New South Wales at the moment. Could you go Ben Trebojevic? Not really. I think the biggest topic one is KL Ero. He should be one of the biggest ones you go for at the moment. He's just an absolute weapon of a player. I think I'll be looking at going like Carraz to Garrick or Ero. I like Ero more because Garrick has 100 break even, but you can go both. I think these are your two premiums you're looking for. There's no shame in going someone like a pod like Savage or someone from Canberra because they do have a great draw, which is what we've spoken about. Just going through the list here, there's nothing really much, no one really else I'd go for at this point in time. A big gamble could be Blaze Talagi, to be honest with you. 21 break even. He's going to have no Hines there. No Cleary there. I think this is someone who could be a bit of a sneaky. We know he had an absolutely massive game, but he's coming off 61, 65 into 112. It's definitely a play. Also, what he does for you is he gives you 5/8 coverage. So if something does go wrong, or you're not happy with a Galvin, or you're not happy with your 5/8, if you can plug him into your CTW, it could be really, really, really helpful. No one much there else to talk about that I would really, really be thinking. Billy Smith, if you've held him, I'm going to continue to hold him and see how we go there. 2RF, I will speak about this. There's three main ones. Two main ones is Col, most probably three. Ola Kawatu, if you don't have him, Collar and Kick Out. They're your three main ones. Katoa's up there as well, but I assume a lot of you people already have him already. Can you still go Cam McGuinness? No, I don't think so. I wouldn't go Brendan Nickera. I don't think he's just got such a weird flaw. And yeah. That's really who we're talking about in the 2RF. And then obviously the FRF, we've covered that quite extensively. And just keep an eye out on for Morgan Smithies, I think is a big one, big talking point, and Xavier Willison. They're your two biggest people I think we're looking for in this origin period in sort of the forward section. If I've missed anyone, just let me know. More than happy to go through it with you guys. And I think we're going to call that. For now. Maybe we can just look quickly at the trades that have been happening. What have been people doing? So a lot of people getting James Tedesco in for Dylan Egan. So they're doing some plays there. And I think that is more than viable. People are still getting Zach Hosking, which is fair. Herbie Adden for Noah Blake. KL Ero, a lot of people doing that. Even going for Turbo. So Turbo didn't get named for Origin. The thing is, Turbo didn't look great apparently. So just beware of that, because that could be a bit of a bait situation. But see how you go. I'm going to leave it there because I'm hella tired. And I got to take care of my kid now as well. So thank you once again. Please subscribe, support the channel. Appreciate all the people here that watch the videos and just put in comments. Let me know what you're thinking to do. Let me know if you have any questions or if I missed out on anything. And thank you for watching. I'm a wolf from the Rage Traders, and I'll see you on the next one. Much love, guys, and good luck with your fantasy teams. Peace.